While we continue our conversation all about World AIDS Day, which is today, the 1st of December, our lines are open and we have Vanessa on the line. Good morning to you, Vanessa. What is your question or comment?
Good morning, Kat, and good morning, Doctor.
Morning.
Good morning.
I would just like to comment on the doctor's, what he said about HIV and breastfeeding. I am a lactation consultant and the National Newborn Care Lead Facilitator. And in 2011, the Minister of Health had a Tshwane declaration that said because the rate of getting HIV through breast milk is 1%, and our babies' mortality rate due to malnutrition is much higher, with collaboration of UNICEF and WHO, South Africa declares that we will promote, support and protect breastfeeding at all times, irrespective of the mother's HIV status. But important, the mother has to be on ARVs and her viral load has to be down. So I would please just like mommies out there who are listening to know that if you are HIV positive, please breastfeed, but make sure that you and the baby are on ARVs.
Okay.
Thank you
Very
so
good
much,
advice.
Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Correct.
So what she's saying is that mommy should keep breastfeeding, and the important part there, doctor, was the ARVs.
They must be on ARVs.
Okay.
And she mentioned a very important fact, that is of absolutely measuring the viral load specifically. And what's wonderful is that we can do that quite early on in the gestational period, or postnatal period, I should say.
Yeah. Now, something that you mentioned during the ad break was a seroconversion, right?
Yes.
Seroconversion.
Yes.
I've never ever heard of seroconversion before with regards to HIV and AIDS. What is
Sero,
that?
because serum is blood, okay, and seroconversion. Now, the conversion is becoming HIV positive. So from being HIV negative to being infected with HIV, there's a period that occurs. So once the virus has entered your body, 4 to 5 weeks can go past without you experiencing any symptoms.
Okay.
And then when seroconversion occurs, when that virus becomes active, it incorporates into your DNA, for example, and then starts to replicate. You then could have the illnesses or the flu-like illness that we described, which looks very much like having body pains and fevers and that kind of thing. That typically occurs after about 5 weeks. But it can also be absent in some people. 80% of HIV-positive patients experience symptoms of seroconversion after 4 to 5 weeks of infection.
Sure, I've got so many questions around this, and one of them being how often one should get tested. But we'll touch on that shortly, yes.
We will. Well, let's find out what else you can expect on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're still sticking with the doctor, though. Graham?